Right. And the reason I don't blame them
Hello.
completely. Oh, what's up?
Yo, so like a couple streams ago, I heard you like dissing like Jews and stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong, or saying something in a negative kind of like
Are you really
context. But
Jewish?
yes, and so
So why did 86% of Jewish women vote for Donald Trump?
I don't know.
I mean, vote not vote for, vote against. Like, why did they vote for Kamala?
it's I don't know, just how it is, like feminist mindset, I think.
So,
But
so there's a divide. That's 86% of the Jewish women.
well, I don't believe in voting. I think they cater to a narrative. But my question is, like, how do you not? Why do you look at the Jews in some kind of like negative kind of way when they support Trump deeply?
Well, no, 86% of Jewish women voted for Kamala Harris.
Well, that's women. I'm referring to the grand majority of Jewish people, like the state of Israel. Like they love Trump over there.
Are you aware of the female Illuminati that Michael Tazarian talks about?
You talking about the Bavarian Illuminati? Yes.
No, the female. He says the female.
The Eastern Star.
I don't know what they are. Probably not that, but
No, that's the female Freemasonry, but not Bavarian, Belizean. I think that's how you call it. But yeah, I'm aware of what you're referring to. Yes.
yes. So they got 3 million Jewish women
Okay.
in that voted against Trump. That means 3 million Jewish women are in the female Illuminati or influenced by it. So
Okay.
my question is, so the Jewish men vote for Trump and the Jewish women vote against him? How does that work in the household?
I really don't know.
Well, he
Like
All
we're
favors
talking
the
about
a
a
Jews.
lot of
divide in the
Jews love
household.
Trump, though.
We're talking about a Jewish divide in the household. And what did you say that the Jewish women had to do, wife?
They had to wear wigs
They have to wear wigs. Jewish women have to wear wigs
after they get married.
after they get married.
I think that all depends on the denomination.
Yeah, but how is that right to oppress women?
Well, I mean, Muslims do it too, so I mean, like,
So
Well, if
so
it's
it's
the
not
okay to
first
really.
rape
time, why
someone.
aren't
So
they
it's
doing
okay to
anything?
rape a kid if someone else does it. I don't understand the logic.
I'm not following what you're getting at.
Well,
What I'm
he's
saying
saying that
is,
they're being oppressed.
why did you point the finger at someone else?
What finger am I pointing at somebody?
You said Muslims do it too. Like that doesn't
Well,
just
I mean, like you're getting on the Jews for a certain thing, but the Muslims do stuff as that as well.
yeah. But
So
I
I mean,
didn't
like,
ask about the Muslim. We're talking about the Jewish people here, right? So the
right? But
Jewish
but
people.
what's the question though? Because like,
The question is,
I asked
why
the
is there a
question and you kind
division?
of reverted to something else. I
The
don't know.
question is,
I don't know.
okay. So you
But
don't know.
I don't believe in voting. I think it's all an illusion. It's a illusion of freedom of choice. I think Trump is in with what you would call the Illuminati. I think he's a part of this, the whole psyop in itself.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that the Jewish people. So the Jewish people call people goyim, which is an
Yeah,
enemy.
I'm aware of that. I'm deeply aware of that. Goyim, the Noahide laws, the Greater Israel expansion,
So I
the
fucking
Abraham Accords.
so fuck the Jews. I ain't no goddamn animal. Fuck them. They can kill
Okay,
me.
so see, now that's the thing. Why do you deeply support Trump when he's attending like
I don't.
Shabbat movements and stuff like this? Well, the other,
I don't
like,
deeply support Trump. I just use the MAGA name for clicks. I made an EP called MAGA, and I'll agree with the Republicans in name only. I'm a rhino.
Right. Hey,
okay,
he's awake, so he's not actually like
well, no,
trying.
because like every other conversation that I've had with MC Nemesis, every time that I would talk about Trump in a negative kind of fashion, he would get really defensive about it. So I just want to see what the ordeal is surrounding that.
Right, but that's on your page when I'm trying to appeal to the public versus my page where I'm trying to be myself.
So, but then, what is your true self then? because like you're demonstrating two different avenues of thought. So what do you believe in?
There's actually three different avenues of thought that I possess. I possess the satanic thought wave pattern of the Democrats, Luciferian thought pattern of the Republican Zionist, and then the holistic intelligence of a libertarian.
Well, then what is really you then? What do you truly believe in?
Libertarian.
Okay, so why do you like Trump then?
Okay, so I tell people, follow me. We need to do something. I invite libertarians to do a podcast with me. They're pieces of shit. They don't want to do a podcast, and I've even offered to pay them. They won't do it because they're lazy, no good pieces of shit. And until the libertarians get up and start acting like decent human beings, Republicans are the only ones that's going to get stuff done. It's their fault. So I don't have a choice. Like, Republicans are better than Democrats, so I vote for them or I endorse them.
Okay,
but
so
I don't want
you believe in voting, am I right?
I don't want government at all.
Bro, I'll just let him answer that.
I don't want government at all. But if I can't get enough people on my side to listen to me, and if these people are too stupid to listen to me, then I'm going to go with the Republicans. I'm going to join them, and I'm going to use the weight of the state to crush my enemies. So you have two choices. You have two choices. You can follow me, and we could establish a better, real freedom movement with me as one of your leaders. Because let's be honest, like, you guys are just not smart enough to do it. You're an active. They're an active piece. They're inactive pieces of garbage. I got one person here. They're inactive pieces of shit. They're bullshit, no good pieces of shit. The audience, I get thousands of views. All they want to do is watch short videos. I get 3, 4, 5,000 views a day, but then I do a live stream and they don't talk to me. Because they're pieces of shit. They don't want the truth. If they wanted the truth, they would come and listen to it.
Well, the truth is, the New Age movement took over pretty rapidly, and people just are QAnon now. They're for Trump, but they don't know he's actually one of the shadow government.
Like, you guys don't.
Well, I would agree with that, Rudy. But see, now you leave me with more questions, MC Nemesis. So if you're truly in the know, what is this whole talk about how Jesse Lee Peterson is your pastor and Jordan Peterson, Jesse Lee Peterson and Jordan Peterson is like your therapist? Like, these are all people part of the narrative, the larger plan of the mind control. So like, why do you like love these like right wing conservative type people? Even like Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire, that's just controlled opposition.
Well, I listen to them because they help me with my life. Dennis Prager is very intelligent. They're all very intelligent people, and if you observe them, they will tell you what to say and they will tell you what to do. And they've told me to endorse the Republicans. But you can believe whatever you want personally. Like, you think Dennis Prager is actually Republican? Fuck no.
I don't even know who that is.
Dennis Prager of Prager University. It's an online university. He's a fucking Jew who hates cannabis. He says anyone who fucking smokes cannabis, their spirits. He said it on the election wire. I watched it. He's like, I would rather my kids smoke cigarettes than weed. He's that goddamn stupid. He fucking sucks. Who the fuck? And the only reason he wants his kid to smoke a pack of cigarettes is because he has a stock in cigarette companies. They all do. Hell, they sell goddamn cigars, Mayflower cigars. And they drink scotch on air. They're goddamn alcoholics, pieces of shit tobacco users, and yet they'll come on here and try to tell other people how to live. Goddamn idiots. The problem's not with the Republicans or Democrats. It's with people not listening to me. That's the problem. They need to put me in power, not them.
You think you could lead You think you could lead a whole movement against corrupt
A hell of
bureaucrats
a
and
lot better than
Democrats
they
and
can.
Republicans?
A hell of a lot better than they can. For one, I know the truth. I'm
I'd
an
like to
advocate
see
of the
that.
truth. Well, it doesn't matter if a lie. Does it really matter if a lie is more popular than the truth? No,
But
it does not
I
matter.
would say otherwise. I think the truth is more important than a lie.
No, you said no, no, no. I'm saying these people will predicate a lie instead of standing for the truth.
I
You know what
really
I mean?
don't understand. No, and I really don't, because like, if you're against the Republicans and the right wing, but then you're for them, but then you're like kind of like on the fence with them, and then you're a libertarian. Then you like Trump, but you don't support the Jews, and then you don't like Trump. So like, it's hard to follow with any kind of thing that you're saying.
What I'm saying is this: I am a libertarian in value, but I'm a
Okay, but
Republican.
like a couple months ago, that you were a conservative Republican for the Daily Wire and stuff like that.
The value system is based on whatever helps me and humanity. I'm saying the libertarians are garbage. They can't get anything done. I tried to invite someone to my podcast. He didn't want to drive. He was interested in, oh, yeah, they're interested in doing podcasts over the internet. Oh, sure, yeah. It
Well,
give me,
usually when you have a podcast and you try to get somebody on, like Joe
I
Rogan,
want in person. I don't
they
want
pay
over
for
the
people to
phone.
come through. Yeah,
I
but
don't
they
want
usually
over
get
the
paid.
phone. I do not want no goddamn antisocial piece of shit on a Zoom call. I want you to come to my fucking studio in person, like like Jordan Peterson invited Richard Dawkins recently in a podcast. They sat down like grown men and they
Yeah,
had
but
a
he probably
discussion.
paid for him to come out, though. Do you realize that?
Well, what's wrong with that?
Do you have money to pay somebody to come to your podcast to show up?
No, I actually looked it up. They don't pay people. They do it for cross promotion. They pay some people, yes, get paid for appearance fee, but most of the time, like like you think Joe Rogan paid Elon Musk? No, he just goes there for cross promotion. And the
I'm
reason
sure
they do
he's
that,
paid a few people, but I don't think he would pay Elon Musk. That's probably a different circumstance they worked out offline.
what I mean is, I am more than willing to have a podcast for the libertarians. They won't share me. They won't appear at my podcast. I've emailed several of them, and they're all for it. They're like, "Sure, we can talk about what you want. You don't have to pay me." But as soon as I say you got to come in person, then they're
Well,
like, "Oh God, I
that's
can't."
probably where it's there. They probably don't really have the money to, cross state
That's
lines and stuff.
yes, and that's why I'm offering to pay them.
Okay, but you didn't say that initially, and you said a moment
Yes, I
ago,
did.
like you were
No, no,
alluding
I
to that
want
you
them to
weren't trying
come.
to pay them.
No, I will pay them money to come. I will pay for them for a motel, a meal, their
What about
time.
the Holiday Inn?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, you can get a motel. I'm saying I'll pay you a little bit of money to cover your travel expenses. I'm not going to make you rich, but I'm going to, pay for your travel expenses after the show, of course, after we get done recording for the day. I'm just saying people's not willing to do it. I'm saying they're willing to talk on a podcast. They are not willing to get in their car and actually come in person. That's what really matters. You think Tim Pool, whenever he was invited to the election wire, said, "No, I can't travel"? Hell no. He got off his ass, bought a
Well, money.
he bought a $2,000 bottle of scotch and goddamn shared it. That's what Tim Pool did. Yeah, Tim
Yeah,
Pool has
yes,
some money.
they got money though. That's the thing. Not a lot of people have expenses to come from California to what, like Illinois to see you. I don't know where you're from. I'm just like
I want
paraphrasing.
people to come to Hickory, North Carolina, Jambo
That's
Studio.
even farther.
Well, I don't care. Who cares how far it is? If you actually wanted to be on why wouldn't you want to be on my podcast? Like, why on God's earth wouldn't you? I mean, I have holistic intelligence. I'm a rapper. I'm on X. You know, I just signed up for the premium service of that. I mean, why? Like, what are the only reason I can think of is, oh, you don't have 1 million followers. So, I mean,
That's probably why, to be honest.
exactly. So I'm saying I don't want people to use me for clout. I want to have discussions, and I will cross promote it. See, it's not me, it's them. I swear to God, like I know people think, oh, change yourself. I have. And I do everything I can. But there are pieces, the audience is a piece of shit. The Republicans are pieces of shit. The Democrats are pieces of shit. The Libertarians are pieces of shit. Nobody wants to, like, you know what I want to do? I want to get some people together to solve real world problems. You know what people don't want to do? Not a goddamn thing. They don't want to do a goddamn thing. They want to sit there on their fucking X account, bitch about how Kamala Harris only gave us 750. Meanwhile, Elon Musk didn't give me a goddamn thing. He offered me $300 for Starlink. They didn't give Starlink to nobody besides like a fire departments. They didn't do a goddamn thing. And yet those Republicans will sit there and they'll say, Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. Why couldn't have he done something? All you have to do is buy the land and say you can live here. Like buy a piece of land. All right, people can. They got the money. They could do it as a goddamn tax write-off. Trump donates his salary. Why didn't they do it? We have homeless people here. We have people homeless with their children here. Why, if the Republicans are so great, if the Democrats are so great, and if the audience is so great, why don't we have people helping? Where's the fucking help? I opened up a GoFundMe and it got shut down. Someone reported it because nobody actually wants to help people. So I say, to hell with them. They're pieces of shit. And I'm going to come up on here and tell you what a goddamn piece of shit you are until I get tired of it because you fucking deserve it. You deserve to be called a piece of shit. That's why I do it. I mean, if you think that you think you can defend these people, how can you defend a Republican? How
I'm
can you
not
defend a
defending any
Democrat?
Republican.
How can you defend a Jew? How can you defend anybody that talks to people like they're fucking animals? Oh, yeah, I'm part of a faith that you're an animal. I mean, god damn. I mean, no wonder there's so many killings. You have motherfuckers around here thinking that we're fucking animals just because we're not part of your faith. Go to hell. You know what I'm saying?
I do actually, and I agree. I just don't know why you deeply support Trump in the end. You see what I'm getting at?
I didn't vote for him. I don't support him. I use his name because they're launching $1 million, $1 billion ad campaigns, and you're
Oh, okay,
getting mad
but
at me. You're getting mad at me for trying to get a little bit of clout so I can support my family from my music.
No, it's just that
no,
he thinks that
that's
you.
not even what the question is. Like, when people, so look, check this out. So when people like that we previously like had discussions with, like on my channel, like otherwise other people's, you get like really defensive surrounding Trump. So like if you're LARPing as a Trump Republican, MAGA type, why do you get defensive when somebody criticizes him in any kind of like limelight? Like we talked about Trump and like being one of the elite, tricking the people, covert psyop type of stuff. And then like you got really defensive, and then when we started talking about masonry, you said something about your father-in-law, and you got like really defensive surrounding that. Like I just don't understand, the negative kind of context surrounding you
Yes.
when somebody
When I'm
goes
on
against
other
that.
people's panel, I'm a representative to the. I answered it like I'm a representative for the Republican Party in the public. That is to get clout, so to get me more attention. But then whenever I'm on my panel, I'm actually myself. And me, I know Trump is a murderer, but it gets people riled up. It's in their heads. It's magic. That's what they care about. I can't help it. People come here, they want to talk about the fucking Bible like it's the ultimate source of truth. Whenever Jesse Lee Peterson is a
But it
pastor
is
from
though.
Alabama and he says, put that goddamn Bible down. Put the motherfucker down. Because even Jesse, my pastor, says that. And the reason he says that, you're supposed to read it and put it down, not carry it with you. And everything a person says related to the Bible, that's bullshit. Even my pastor says that. And my psychologist, it taught me about, the Republicans and the Democrats and all that. So and the reason Jordan Peterson, because I'm an annual subscriber to the Daily Wire, I have insider information. I get access to new
You
stuff
really think
quicker.
you have insider information?
Yeah, because I get more episodes and I get access to member exclusive episodes that the public doesn't, and movies and TV like other shows that they put out that you are not privileged to because it's behind a paywall.
Yeah, I want to give Ben Shapiro my money, but
Why wouldn't
like he's a Zionist. Why would I give him my money?
He might be a Zionist, but he's much smarter than you, so you should learn from him.
I'm not sure about that, MC Nemesis, but I'll
You know
leave
what
that there.
psychology is?
I'm aware of psychology. Yes.
Okay, so what Ben Shapiro uses psychology. You have a living example of someone who used psychology, made himself a millionaire, and you're criticizing them. How
Yes.
fucking foolish. You're fucking retarded. They don't care. They make millions of dollars. I want to be a millionaire. I don't want to be like you. You're a piece of shit on YouTube that doesn't do anything. They
That's
make
fine.
millions. I don't want to be like you. I want to be like them.
I don't want to
Not
be a
like you.
sellout though. I don't want to fall for like a psyop.
Okay,
Like
then you don't
I
be a
tell
seller.
the
I'm not.
actual
Nobody's
truth.
falling for a psyop. I'm
Yeah, they are.
perpetuating.
That's what the
I'm
Republican Party is.
perpetuating a narrative. No
It's a
matter what
psyop.
you do or say, they will believe what they will believe. They will never
That's
stop
fine.
believing in Trump. So why would I deprive myself?
They're part
Why
of the
would I
problem.
deprive myself of the ability to make money off these people? They want me to use them for money. They want me to make songs for them. They love it when I've been on panels and I say play Weatherman off Church of Bones album, and they love it. Okay, they want it. Okay, it's voluntary. They want me to.
That's good.
Speak
You're
well
able
about
to
Trump.
do what you want.
They want to be
I'm just
pandered
stating my
to.
opinion.
They want to be pandered to.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pander to some like a Satanist basically.
No, not a Satanist, a Luciferian.
The same shit.
You're not morally superior to them. They're morally superior to you. The Luciferians are, trust me. They're way better than you. They're way morally, and see, because you can't make money without being moral.
Rudy, make sure you clip this right now.
Yeah, I want you to clip it, and I want you to share it because all you're going to do.
Do you hear what you're saying,
what are you going to do? Are you even going to?
You're telling me a Luciferian is more moral to me because they make money than the people preaching the truth. Yeah,
you
like a Mason. I'm aware of what a Luciferian is.
Then what does the word Lucifer mean?
The word Lucifer is term for the light bearer. It's not a name. It's a title.
The light bearer. Okay, so what about that? He bears the light.
Yeah, it's a false light.
It's not a false light.
It is a false light, though.
Well, the name isn't based on a false light. So
okay, did they not defeat the Democrats?
Rudy, go in the YouTube chat and clip this right now. But look, MC Nemesis, you're telling me that it's not a false light, that the light of Lucifer is not a false light. But if you're coming from a Christian perspective, like, how are you going to try to defend this as not a false light? If you read Pike's letters, he talks about how Lucifer is the god of masonry. If you read Morals and Dogma, he talks about how Lucifer is the god of masonry. And who is this? This is, Satan. This is, the devil. And like, if
not Satan. Satan is not Lucifer. Satan is us. We are satanic. The system is satanic. Human beings make up. The Democrats is the Satanists. The Republicans are the Luciferians. Intellect. You have intellect versus sensory perception. This is psychology. This is the right and left brain. This is what my psychologist says. And, in association with natural law, Mark Passio and Larkin Rose. And using this, we can deduce
Larkin Rose, dude. Like, you listen to so many people who are like infiltrated. This is like, the The psyop. These are the controlled opposition. Like you listen to people who want you to be listen. Like they want you to listen to these people because they're going to feed you the information and not tell you the actual truth. This is the controlled opposition, like Ben Shapiro and the Alex Jones and Mark Dice and Tucker Carlson type. You're falling for the narrative.
Yeah, no, I'm not falling for it. I'm going along with it to learn about it.
But you're defending it as of right now. You're falling for it. See what I'm saying?
No, I'm definitely not falling. I'm just observing it.
Okay, then why are you so defensive surrounding it? That's my thing.
Because the truth is the truth. No matter if a Luciferian says the truth, it's the truth. If a Satanist says something true, then it's true. It's not about the messenger, it's about the truth being the see, the truth is God. The truth is separate from us. God is separate from human. God is his own person. God has his own characteristics. And we can know him by knowing his characteristics, which is self defense and care. That's his two modems of.
Okay, so I want to hear more about this Lucifer that you're preaching about. So who is this Lucifer?
Okay, are you listening to me about God, though?
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Okay, so
I'm not
you have a
new to any of
Godhead,
this.
right? Okay, so God is nature. Would you agree that God is the force that creates nature, or you think another force does that?
Well, he created all things.
Right, he's a
So I
creator.
wouldn't say he's nature, but nature would fall in line as creation.
Okay, so he created a hominid species on the earth called Homo sapien. And then Lucifer came from a different dimension with the bad Anunnaki and created us. Have you ever heard of the Sumerian tablets?
Yeah, MC Nemesis, like you got to realize I'm very aware of all of this. So
Okay,
like
so
what you're
Mark, are
presenting
you
to me
aware
is
that
nothing new.
Are you aware Mark Passio broke it down about the Anunnaki and how,
I don't
uh,
believe any of that.
well, it's not about what you believe, it's about what's on the tablets. Okay? It's about what's on the tablets, what was made, the symbolism. So there's giants on the tablets. There's like a laboratory to where a human being is being made through genetic splicing.
Yeah,
So
that's just all.
Lucifer.
That's all nonsense.
Then what was the purpose of the pyramids?
Well, what's the purpose of the pyramids? Nobody could really elaborate on
No,
that.
I do
But
know.
it's
Let me
some
tell
kind
you.
of like it's
No, I
worship.
know what it
It's
is.
star
It's not a
constellation type of
mystery.
stuff.
There's an electromagnetic field on the pyramids. Up
Yeah, I'm
up in the
aware of this, but this has no kind of pertaining to anything really relevant.
Yes, it does, because you have the pyramids. What are they holding up? It's an electromagnetic field. Why is there an electromagnetic field? Because it's holding up there's cities in the sky. And sometimes people have observed them as, they call them UFOs. What they are is sky cities. There's actually people that live up there. The elite live up there above the world. That's why there's so many military planes.
Yo, hold on.
But
I'll be
why
right
would they?
back. I'm getting a phone call.
Is that Rudy or
What?
who's getting a phone call? Rudy or?
No, Jay is, but
Okay. So yeah, what I'm trying. So yeah, I put him in the back because I didn't want to. But he can come. I don't care if is he going to come up
yeah.
when he gets done with this call. But what I'm saying is,
Well, just add Israel. Just you
Yo,
can.
yo, is it still choppy?
No, that's good.
All right. Repeat the question.
the question is that what would you do to since you're an independent party, right? So you're
I'm not part of any party.
okay. Politics. You're aware of what politics is, correct?
I'm aware of the Hegelian dialectic method that's used to control the masses, using American politics to try to pin them in one individual group, i.e., a party.
Well, no.
So I don't
Politics
really
just
fall
means
in with that.
politics is just human psychology.
That's more of tribal independence.
Right. Okay. So politics. Okay. So you're on an island, and there's 1,000 people on the island. You have a group of people that want to be that propose, oh, we know how to lead the people the best, and the Republicans say we know how to lead people the best. And then there's another party that says, hey, let people lead themselves. They own themselves, called the Libertarians. And then you have the Green Party over here that says we should focus on the actual island that we live on. That should be our priority. After all, we live here. And then you have the Independents that say, no, we should do this. We should do this. You're one of the Independents. Politics is not a thing. Politics is psychology of human nature.
But you're lumping me in with the party. I'm an individual. I don't believe in
An independent, not an
independence or
individual.
anything.
Nobody is an individual. We all come from families. We all come from communities. We all come from cultures. Nobody's an individual, Jay. You need to get over that. You're not a special snowflake in the ocean. You're not. Okay, you are.
I think you have a hard time trying to take yourself out of the conclusion surrounding
What's
politics.
wrong with being libertarian? They're for freedom. They want limited government that only is like a local sheriff.
They're all infiltrated.
No.
None of these parties are good.
Yeah, but you could always just re-infiltrate them with a new leader. Or if you don't
That
believe
conclusion
in them,
really wouldn't work.
if you do think they're infiltrated, you can always be independent. So, and as an independent, what are your policies? Are you for a border or not?
Probably not. I'm trying to see America fall. So
okay,
yeah.
So open border. So that's libertarian. So
No,
that's one libertarian.
that's not. No, I'm not saying that's part of any policy. I don't have any thoughts on the border. I can care
your
less.
Thoughts are not your own. You don't have your own thoughts. You're in a category of, okay, you're aware of the 16 personality types of the Myers-Briggs test, right?
No, but I can care less about any
I am an
politics.
INFJ. I'm an INFJ.
That's great.
Okay, so
but you're trying to lump me into the American politics when I tell you I don't have any thought on it.
Hold on. These personality traits are behavioral predictors, and these behavioral predictors are called psychology, behavioral psychology. So that's what I'm saying. Okay, you already you want open borders. That's either a Democrat, that's a left-brain Democratic belief.
I have no thought on border security. I can care less. That's not something I focus on. As I stated, I don't want. But I'm not preaching politics to people. I'm preaching spirituality and individualism.
Did you not
that's
listen to
absolutely
me?
Different. Yeah, I listened to what you said, but that has no kind of
So
it has no concept in my reality.
Yes, it does. Of course it. Why wouldn't it? Psychology pertains to every human being.
This isn't psychology. You're preaching politics and my thoughts on open and closed borders.
Why do you think they call it
I don't know about that.
The Democrats are based on the left side of the brain. The Republicans are based on the right side of the brain.
Yeah, it's the left and the right paradigm. It's just to control it.
Okay, so you're not understanding. Let me tell you. Because you won't shut up because you're a fucking idiot that won't shut up. The left, Democrats on the left represents if the population has an overactive left side in the aggregate. Stop thinking about yourself. We are a group of people. You are not an individual. We are an aggregate. When the aggregate leans to the left, democracy rules. When the aggregate leans to the right, Republican rules. In the brain, that's why they call it the left hemisphere and the right. The libertarian is the holistic intelligence, representing control over the control over both sides. They have a pie chart to where it's half Republican, half libertarian. Okay, basically the non-aggression principle. Don't hurt, don't initiate violence. That's libertarian. That's freedom. They believe in human freedom. Now you have the Green Party over here, which has come to prominence because people think that the planet is dying. So you have a group of individuals that say, fuck the brain, we need to take care of the planet. Now, that is an independent that has risen to the surface in the aggregate, Jay, not in your own little brain. I don't give it. Okay, if you're an independent, you have to put forth policy for the aggregate. You don't just say, I don't care about these people. Well, guess what, Jay? I do care about these people. I don't care about the people like you who don't care about the people. I care about children. I care whether they live or die. I care. Okay? You might not care. I care about people. That's what politics is. Now, do you understand?
Yeah, I understand what you're trying to say, but you're trying to lump me in a category that doesn't fall into my what I preach or teach or anything kind of
It doesn't matter.
that avenue.
Whatever I ask you a
No, I
question,
don't.
you
I'm
believe in
not. But
open borders.
I'm not. I don't believe in anything. I'm trying to
Yes, you
see
do.
America
What is your
fall. I'm not
opinion?
trying to
What is
keep
your? You
America
can answer
secure.
questions,
Well,
Jay.
what's up, Nemesis? How are you
those
today, buddy?
because Jay says he's a special snowflake. I'm trying to tell him he's not.
I'm not
Sounds like
saying I'm not.
homosexual to me.
I'm an
Are you a homo, sir?
individual. No,
Listen,
but you
Jay.
might be. So let's hold
Jay,
on.
Jay.
No,
Hold on,
I
man.
believe you. You
You're
like sucking
trying to.
black cock, don't you? You're a black
No.
cock sucker. I know. I could hear it in your voice. Your breath smells like cack.
No, that's fine. But
What's
hold
up,
on, let's
Nemesis? How are you,
get
buddy?
back onto this real quick, though, man. Like
What,
you're
the fact that you like
preaching,
getting ass? Is that what you want to get
you're
back onto?
preaching
Another black man?
politics, man. Like what is this? Like, is this your reality? Like you
Hey,
lump
Nemesis,
Are you going to
everything with
answer
a.
if you don't answer my questions, Jay, you're going to have to leave.
Nemesis, why is your
No,
buddy
that's
trying
fine.
to sound smart?
All right. Well, because
You lump everything with a term.
Okay, so
Why was your buddy trying to sound intelligent?
Are fake. So.
Okay, you have to answer questions, Jay. If you don't,
Nemesis,
then
why
we
is your
get off
buddy trying to
topic.
sound intelligent when he's not? Clearly not.
Listen, RJ. See, that's a question. You see how the questions work, Jay? RG just asked me a question. Now, if I keep talking,
will you answer it?
Yeah, I don't know,
Thank you.
and my answer is I don't know. I don't know why he keeps.
He sounds like a real
trying.
dipshit, to be honest.
What I'm trying to say, CRG just asked me a question. I answered it. Now, if I would have just kept over talking and not addressing that question like you're trying to do, I'm asking you a question like RG will answer. RG, do you believe in open borders?
No, I don't. Not totally.
Okay,
open.
so he leans more to the right, Jay. You see how that works? They're called questions. Okay? Now, I mean, it's simple. Gun control. Do you believe that we should have stricter gun control laws?
I'm mixed on this one. I don't really know if I have an opinion on it, to be honest.
So right now,
I can see both perspectives.
Okay, if I ask you enough questions and then coupled that with then I asked you a Myers-Briggs personality test, which is only 4 questions, like, how you perceive the world.
No, you're
how
trying
do you
to
make your
sound
decision.
smart.
Right, RG. And if I ask you those questions and then I say, okay, your personality is this, and then we go in and see what the personality is like, you will find out that you share the characteristics with this personality trait.
Well, that's true. I have actually taken one of these professional personality tests. I don't remember the results.
The Myers-Briggs. You need to do the Myers-Briggs.
Well, you need more than 4 questions. I had to answer about 40 or 45, I believe.
Well, it's more. It's more.
I have an aggressive personality, I think is what it said. Go figure.
It's more of an introspection.
Oh, okay. So why is your buddy being such a homo?
I would like him. I want Jay to just come up on a panel and tell me, like, see, okay, like, the politics is about, everybody, right? Like, you're in the public. How do you want the public to be? Do you want to go out in public? And
I agree. You know what? We should let him back, but there should be terms. You should get to ask him one question, and he has to answer it, and I should get to ask him. I
don't care to let him back. I was just making a point there.
Oh, I gotcha. Oh, there he is. All right, answer Nemesis' question. You homosexual, you.
Hold on, just one statement. He's not my friend. I don't like this guy. He has threatened to kill some of.
You love Nemesis.
He has threatened to kill my buddy's kids and shit like that. He's really fucked up guy.
Your nipples are erect just speaking to him. I can tell.
So
I wouldn't say so.
Kill kids.
Yeah, you have. I have the clip. You don't remember the stream you randomly joined with Sage, and then you had all Music Biz Marty's and fucking that one rapper. I forgot his name, but like they came on and they trolled, and I talked to all of them, and they did like that dude that has the fucking what's his name? That one the dude that died.
Well, Marty owes
fucking
me
tweaker.
$9.
But
did you
no,
get my
but they
money?
came on and then they said that you're talking to kids and shit. Like, so don't say that like we're friends and like you never threaten anybody because we have the clips and you did.
Now you're libeling. Look, now he's libeling me. Now he's.
You really think you're gonna get that money from Marty? It's never gonna happen.
Listen, now
I gave
Jay,
Marty that money to call you a cunt. Remember, and he called you a cunt. So he earned it.
Listen,
remember.
Jay is now trying to libel me in a crime. Now he's trying to say that I'm
he's
threatening
a homosexual.
people.
He's a homo. You could tell. He's got cock in his breath.
Jay, are you a homosexual?
No, but you might be.
Whoa, he got you. Got him.
Damn.
But no, man, I got the clip, so don't say that it didn't happen.
Hey, I ain't seen no clip.
Well, I could post it later. That's fine.
I think you're scared to post stuff about me. I really do, because you're scared to give me clout like the rest of these.
I'm not scared to give you clout. I post clips of you all the time. You're a funny guy. Like, it's fun to laugh at you.
Well, if you do post clips, then you're not saying you're too afraid to say my name, because I'm on the search.
I'm not saying I put your name in the title.
Do you do at MC Nemesis or MC Nemesis?
Well, I could probably do that. I'm sure, like, you find all these streams out of random all the time to join, so I'm sure you could probably find your name.
I'm searching. I'm searching the ground.
Yeah, but when you look up your name, I'm sure you see stuff all the time. Don't tell me you don't look up your name, because I do.
Jay's side on it, because Nemesis, you are so transparent with this clout shit. It's ridiculous, dude. Come to X. Come listen to my music. I'm a good rapper.
The best rapper.
Ever seen Sling Blade, Nemesis?
Sling Blade the rapper.
No, not the rapper. The movie with Billy Bob Thornton. It's got gas in it. That one. Why is he always pissing on stream?
Oh shit! Sorry, I forgot to mute it.
No, you never forget to mute it. You do it on purpose. I've heard you piss at least 100 times.
I think.
But Jay, I got a question for you though, man. Like, cause you asked me, am I a conservative? Probably not. Am I a Democrat? Probably not. I'm neither.
Most intelligent people are, they agree. They don't go along with politics.
Do you love white people?
Left and right side.
Do you love
They're
white
called
people?
idiots.
I'm half white, so yeah, I like white people. That's not a bad thing, though.
Them. Do you love them?
Yeah, I love white people. I'm half white.
Hell yeah, I love white people too. They're amazing.
I love black people. I love Mexicans. Like, I'm not. But black racism is a tool to divide and control. That's
white
the thing.
Are the worst. They smell like dog, and they don't know how to season their food.
My pastor said most black people aren't good.
Your pastor is black himself.
Yes. Jesse Lee.
The fact that you called your pastor is so fucking transparent. Everything about you is transparent.
Have you ever talked to Jesse though? That's the thing. Yeah, that's my question now.
No, I haven't called into the show, but I'm thinking about it.
No, but like on a one-on-one like term, like if I wanted to talk to like people that I like, I've done like streams with them already. I've like had discussions. Like, have you ever had that opportunity to do that yet?
No, not yet. Unfortunately,
you should. You should reach out and try.
Another clout grab. Now, Nemesis, why are you using your wife's last name now?
She's just the one that. No, I switched to her name.
Why is my question? I know that part.
Because my name, it didn't have much value, so her name did.
What do you mean by that? What's not the value about your last name or your formal?
Well, my dad is just not in the picture.
Okay, so you changed your wife's name to rebel against your father. Are you a 13-year-old girl, sir?
Maybe. Maybe that's the ethos that it comes from, that rebellious spirit. No, I did it in two parts, to rebel against my father and to
confuse creditors. Confuse creditors.
That too, but
there it is.
It's not just about the money. It's about.
It means a lot more than just the money. It spiritually awakened me. I feel like a new person now. Something along those lines. Yeah.
So
it's helped me become something better.
Jake,
what's up, man?
My bitch?
You mentioned making money. Like I'm not a sellout. I don't want to sell out to the establishment.
No, well, you let
But
me
earlier
fuck you
you
in the
said
ass
that
on
you
camera
could.
for money, Jay.
Power to the people.
No, like why would I? I'm not a homosexual, and that doesn't even come across my mind.
I'm not
But
gay either. What the fuck?
considering
I'm
that
Team Jay
you
now.
do, that's the thing. Like, why do you think like that? That's my question.
I'm not gay. I'm married.
But why did you ask that though? That's not something a straight man would ask. You see what I'm saying?
Because I want to make money, and
Yeah.
just
See,
because
see,
I'm a
you're a sellout. You like overthrow your own moral standards to make money. That's why you side with what the people that you like preach
you
about,
think anal
independence and
sex
the
is immoral?
And
conservative.
What?
Nemesis,
Yeah,
to
If
be
I
definitely,
fuck
fair,
you in
definitely
the
is.
ass, what about
to be fair,
fucking?
your wife has very masculine features. Can we agree on
Exactly.
that at least?
So what I'm saying, Jay, is that if I bend you over consensually, what's wrong with that?
That's immoral. Like
No, it's not.
I'm against such acts.
No, it's not. It is not immoral. It
Okay,
doesn't cause harm.
define sodomy then. Like, cause you're the Christian type, right? You have a pasture. Define
No,
sodomy.
no.
It's
Sodomy is
sodomy,
not
really?
wrong. Sodomy
Hey,
is
what's your
not
AJ?
wrong.
What's your definition of sodomy? That's a good question.
I mean, like he's mentioning anal stuff. I mean, like usually that's what it would define as.
That's what we call a good egg. Uh, a gal that does 3 inputs. She's a good egg. A keeper.
Well, what I'm saying, what's wrong with gay sex? Like if I bend you, if I say, "Can I fuck
Why'd
you in
you
the
have to
ass?"
make it gay? Why'd you have to make it gay,
I'm
Nemesis?
just saying, if I bend Jay over, take his pants down, and fuck him a little bit, and
You are bisexual, right? Because
But
this is like
you're a heterosexual, right? Like, why do you talk like this? That's
no.
not
He's
something a straight
bisexual.
man would say.
He has been bisexual for a good
I'm a
2
married
years.
man.
That doesn't mean anything these
Good
days.
for
You know
you. What does that have to really do with anything?
Okay,
Wife
When you're
so
also
talking
looks
like
like a
this,
man.
you say that
how
it's
does
a
your
sin.
wife think about this when she hears you talk about this?
He told Moshi a few days ago that he wanted him to come over so he can check out his junk for his gay webcam scheme. It was just a couple days ago. You
Yeah,
come on. You have gay
being comfortable
tendencies,
with your
man.
sexuality.
Well, what's your sexuality is the better question.
Yes, that is enough, but
Now we're getting quiet, right? It's a fair question. You just gave Jay a lecture
straight.
about
I'm
not
a
answering
straight hetero.
questions,
I'm
right?
a hetero.
No.
But then
Well,
why
come
do
on.
you ask questions like that though if
But
you're
I
a
will say
hetero?
this: imagine
He's
if
not.
if women didn't exist, I would be a power top.
You would join that political party.
And I'm not saying
God,
that.
Nemesis.
I'm
Don't
not
ever
saying that I
change, my
would.
friend. Don't
I'm
ever
not
change.
saying that I would go to jail and be a power top. I'm saying if there was no women in existence, I would
So
power
you've
top.
thought about this, is my point, right? You've thought about this. You give
No,
some
I've
serious.
watched gay sex before. Yeah.
Oh, you've watched it. Did you pleasure yourself while you did so?
I
Look,
have
MC
before
Nemesis,
to
this
see
is
if I
my
like
thing,
it.
man. I think you watch a lot of stuff and you really don't know like what to side on. So you've developed a kind of like context to make yourself sound smart, but it
I
just
have a
confuses a
different
lot of
theory.
people because you got
I
like
think
No, I
four
mean
different
you've
there's
watched
things that I've
ideas.
integrated. I
Nemesis.
have
You've watched so
integrated.
much degenerate porn that nothing's shocking at this point.
Okay.
It takes more and more.
I have
No, well, I don't mean
integrated
like
porn.
porn. I mean like
I do.
politics and his supposed pastor and therapist.
No, that
No,
is my
come on. He
pastor.
just admitted to watching gay porn. Come on, get
That
on
is my
subject here, guy.
pastor. That is my pastor. Why can't I have the pastor? And just
But does
because
the
I've watched,
pastor know you though? Like usually they know their
Why
congregation.
would you go back to the politics when he opened up that door, Jay? What are you thinking, sir? What's your motives? He just talked about
About what?
watching
Well, I
gay
mean, like
pornography. He just
that's expected though. I would assume he would answer with something like
no.
that.
You don't open a door like that and go back to politics, knucklehead.
yeah, let's just
kinda-
get back to politics.
no. You said you openly watch gay porn, now, and that's fascinating.
No. Like what I did was I was on the porn site, right? And then as I scroll down, I look up rough ass fucking, right? And I'll scroll down, and then occasionally I'll run across a video like an
DJ gets it now.
advertisement, that's two men fucking. So I've watched plenty of gay porn, but it's not like I clicked on the video. I just saw the thumbnail playing.
No, you clicked on it. Don't lie to us. It's
I
okay.
will say
It's
sometimes I watched
2024.
it more than 5 seconds and then let you know.
No. Come on, you finish yourself off. You're. It's okay. It's 2024. You're in a safe space, so it's okay, Nemesis.
I tried to look up gay stuff and jack off. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't get hard. It's not attractive to me.
We're getting a little closer to the truth now. We just went from
It's not
not at all,
right?
to 5 seconds to you actually searching
Yeah.
for it, playing it, and stroking yourself off. So we're getting closer to the truth.
Yeah, we're getting
right?
closer. But now,
Yeah, we are.
But
what about
in
trans?
reality, my dick got soft.
Nemesis.
I couldn't do it. For real, and I'll be honest with you. My dick gets soft. I can't do it, and I have to go back to straight.
Jesus Christ.
I really do believe. Now, listen, guys.
You're on a panel full of men, and you're getting this descriptive about your jacking off habits. It's very strange, Nemesis. Now, what about the trans people? You like them too?
You're bouncing all over.
Does that do it for you?
You're just bouncing all over. You need to.
Apparently, you like watching men bounce on other men and pleasure yourself to it. That's
usually the introduction when a man.
Is this your coming out stream, Nemesis?
Listen, when a man is interested in.
Should I play the village people?
No, I'm straight.
No, come on. What straight man would tell another man what you just told us?
That's what I said a moment ago. That's what I would want to know when you started the conversation, man. Like, if you're a Christian and you're hetero, why do you talk like so gay, though, MC Nemesis? That's my thing.
I'm not a Christian.
Question.
I'm a follower of God.
Well, because he's watching gay pornography.
I'm a follower of the truth.
That's why.
Okay, let me ask you this: what?
And his wife is very mannish.
What harm does
masculine
gay sex
feature
do? What harm is it?
What?
There's no harm in it at all. This is a safe space, Nemesis.
So there you go. So God likes gay sex.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Because
the gayer the better, Nemesis, especially for you.
The only thing God is against is hurting other people.
Oh, yeah,
Which God are we talking about, though? That's my question.
No. You're veering off the subject, Jay. All right. So if God thinks it's okay and your wife thinks it's okay, and you just hinted a little while ago that you have an open marriage and all that, that's great, right? So you have pursued other men, right?
I don't have an open marriage.
It's more than just watching gay pornography. You've searched other men out, right?
Right.
No, I don't have an open marriage at all.
You've never been on Grindr, Nem?
I've thought about it.
You see, there you go. See, it's 2024. This is a safe space.
But then again, I tell the truth. Most men actually go and make.
I can tell just by talking to you now that you're a man who tells the truth.
I'm a man who tells the truth, and that's
before
God.
It was you watch 5 seconds of the gay porn, then it went to you clicking gay porn, then it went you searching gay porn.
I think you're
pleasuring yourself to it. Now you're on Grindr. You're a man who tells the truth.
Jay wanted to move on, but you're very obsessed with the topic.
Well, this is your coming out.
Well, I would say it's relevant because, you started the conversation. But I came up here to ask you a bunch of questions, but it got off on if I'm conservative or independent.
Do I hate Judaism? Yes.
Really?
Do I hate homosexuality? No, of course.
No, I did, yeah, but it's my question.
Do I hate tranny people?
Yes.
For them.
Well, you're a bisexual man, right?
No, I'm not bisexual. I'm straight. Shit.
Sing it, then.
Oh my God. But anyways, Jay, so he's hyper obsessed with sex. I'm just kind of wore out with it. Do you believe that two men having sex is a sin, though? That's an interesting thing. Well, it's not, because the real God only cares if you hurt people.
Okay, and which God is this?
The real God.
And who's the real God?
Okay, so the God of the Bible believes rape is okay. It's incestual rape at that, because Lot's daughter's raped.
Oh, okay, so you're one of the people that would believe that there's the Old Testament God is evil and Jesus is all good, and his father is not the Old Testament God. Is that what I'm going to get at?
I'm just telling you what the text says.
Yeah, I'm aware of what it says. I have my own thoughts on some of that stuff,
And
but
then
it's
Romans
not
13
what
says,
you're
like,
would be preaching.
Romans 13 says that we have to submit to governing authorities because they're put here by God.
I would say that would be absolutely not in what that would be pertaining to, because there's verses in the Old Testament that would say
That's in the New
overthrow that.
Testament. That's Romans
Yeah,
13.
but see, you got to look at the larger context of when Jesus was talking. They were talking about the tax collectors and the money. Well, this was a foreign power. This was a foreign influence. This was a foreign wealth financial system. So, yeah, give unto Caesar what is Caesar's because his face is on the coin. That doesn't mean submit to every will that the Roman authorities said.
But that's
Jesus,
not what the text says. That's
no,
what.
but that's give unto Caesar's what is his. And then there's other verses, but
That's
it's
not
not
what the
saying.
text says.
Okay,
The
read the
text
text.
says.
Read the text.
Okay. Well, okay. How am I supposed to do that?
You're on PC, right?
No. Are you?
No, but
Hey,
I can bring it up for you.
you want the exact quote? Like you don't know it?
Not off the top of my head. I don't think anybody really does. I'm not a Bible scholar, but I've been through this same conversation numerous times. Present the verse, Romans 10, or quote it at least so I could type it in correctly.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my wife is going to get on her phone and she'll give me the phone and then we'll see.
All right, let me bring it up real quick.
Oh, she has a Bible. Okay, she has a Bible. Here, let me see it. Romans 13. I think Jay is wanting
Right here.
definition.
Let every soul be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except from God, and the authorities that exist, the authorities that exist
Okay.
are appointed by God. Therefore, whoever resists the authority resists the ordinance of God, and those
Yeah,
who
but don't
resist
read.
will
Hold
bring
on.
judgment
Wait,
on
wait.
themselves.
Let's read it correctly because you're not reading right. Let every soul be subject unto Donald Trump, for there's no power but of
Oh
God.
my God!
The Donald Trump that be ordained of God, because Donald Trump is the governor in power.
But is he
Whosoever
ordained by
resisteth,
God though? That's the thing.
whosoever resisteth Donald Trump resisteth the ordinance of God, and they resist shall receive themselves damnation. For Republicans
But
are
none of
not
these
terrorists to
people
good.
are not ordained by God though. See?
For Republicans are not a terror to good works, but to evil. Wilt thou not be afraid of the Republicans? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise.
You're a funny guy, man. You're a funny guy.
This is what it says. You're supposed to put the Bible in the modern day context. For he, talk about Donald Trump, for Donald is the minister of God to thee for good. But if thou do which is evil, which is democracy, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain.
He
He's the minister
preaches
of God.
democracy. What are you even talking about?
But what I'm saying is Donald Trump is your daddy. Like that's your ruler.
See, here we go back again, man. You can't get off the Trump train.
What I'm
You're
saying
still
is
falling for the
what I'm
narrative.
saying is that if you believe in the Bible, Donald Trump is your ruler by God.
But he's not appointed by God. See, you got to understand that.
What do you mean?
How is he appointed by God?
That's I'm not saying that he is. I'm saying that that's what the Bible says. So if you are a
No,
Bible
well,
believer,
no. Hold on. This has no kind of concept to
if
modern
you are a
times.
Bible believer, if you believe in the Bible and you put it in the modern, like if you read the Bible, if you're saying it's just a history book, then why even read it at
I'm not
all?
saying it's a history book at all. It's a manuscript to follow.
It's just a fake ass some bitch, but um,
Well, hold
like
on.
this.
You have a pastor. You're a Christian, but like you talk like this. Like what are you? Like it's you don't know if you're a conservative. You don't know if you're independent. You're somewhere in the middle, but then you're not. And you like both sides. And you don't like Donald Trump. Then you do. Then you're a Christian who has a pastor. Then you're not a Christian who has a pastor. You don't believe in it. What are you? It seems like you're very
I
confused
But
about
you're
believe in
yourself.
what
scapegoating to the
I
Trump
believe in
answer. You're
what
just
Martin
saying Trump
Haskell
as
believes.
an
What do you call
answer.
that?
I would call that controlled opposition.
All right, then that's what I guess because right now I believe exactly what Mark Passio believes in natural law. I believe actions which do not cause harm is good, and actions that cause harm are evil. And I believe that they're both objective and that we should align. And the real seven deadly sins are the ones Mark Passio says. So I guess you
Yeah,
could
I don't
call me
follow man though. See what I'm saying?
no, I don't either. Neither does
I don't,
Mark.
I don't, I don't follow man. Well, he's a man. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, but the ideology is not man.
But is that of God though? Is that of the Bible? Is that
Yes.
what your pastor would preach?
Yes, because it can be verified.
Okay, that's interesting. I got to keep an eye on Jesse Lee. But no, I would not agree with
No, Mark
anything.
Passio, like he says, assault is objectively evil. That's true.
That's just human morals. That's not really something heavenly divine to preach about.
What do you mean? The police break natural law every day.
I don't believe in the police force. I think that's all just scripted. They're
But
all
I'm saying
Masons.
that I'm saying. Remember, I told you the aggregate. The aggregate believes in the police, which weighs on you as an individual.
Okay, that's good, I guess.
So
It's not
even though
really
you
something that I focus
like
on.
right now you are considered like if you get out your driver's license and look at it, the government to you're a white person even though you're not white.
No, I am white, yes.
No, you're not. Are you
Yeah, my
albino? You're albino.
He's
no,
mixed.
I'm mixed race. Yes. There we go.
Okay, only albino people are white.
Okay.
I mean, I'm
Right.
just telling you the truth.
Yeah, I'm aware of that,
You
but like
are
you
not white.
you ask me if I'm white, then you say I'm not white. But as a
There's
Caucasian,
no
that's
such
usually
thing
a
as white
term that
people.
we would refer to as white.
No,
You
no,
got to
it's
explain
yeah,
the
but it's
topic that you're
incorrect.
getting at.
It's incorrectly used, so you have to disregard what
You
the
talk with
state labels.
riddles like people would understand that. See what I'm
Okay,
getting
there's
at?
no what's there to understand? There's no such okay. Only albinos are white people.
What does this
Only
have to do with
ebonies.
anything, though?
Only
But
ebonies.
how did this conversation start about albinos?
Because I'm trying to see if you will accept the truth or not.
And what is the truth?
That
Well,
race
that's
doesn't
what I'm.
matter.
Any fucking
I've
truth
said that
whatsoever.
like 20
Okay,
minutes ago.
white people are albinos. Do you agree?
No.
Okay, so you think that you're white?
No, many
In,
people
in
aren't
in
white.
the terms of category, what people would refer to as a half.
Are you okay? Are you listening? Actual, the color white, ivory, white. You are not white. You are some sort of beige or peach.
Are you white?
No,
Okay,
but on my driver's license it
but
says
I
I'm white.
understand the concept. I just don't know how this started, though. What are you getting at with this? I've never
Uh,
said anything about race.
right. Well, I'm trying to test your propensity for the truth to see if the truth is in you. So, white people, to see if you understand how to come, I'm trying to teach you how to come to the process of the truth. So, white people, the state are the Satanists. The state is Satan. Satan. See, you get it? Satan.
That's just semantics on English
No, not
vocabulary.
semantics, memetics. It's memetics. Do you know what memetics are? Do you know what a
I've
meme is?
never heard the word,
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm
Well, you
sure
need to do a lot of
it's something
research on that.
similar.
Memetic. Have you ever heard the term "as above, so below"?
Yeah, I'm aware of that. Yes.
Okay, memetic is as above. Genetic is as below. As above, so below. As within, so without. As within genetic, as without memetic. The memetic is what create the a dragon is memetic. Okay, over time, people they observed in their minds. They decided as a community that claws are dangerous, fire is dangerous, scales is dangerous. Avoid these things. Things that fly are dangerous, and so they created a dragon. And this dragon has claws, scales, wings. This is called a meme. They created a meme, and the meme was the dragon, and they used the meme to describe the evil of the world, the great dragon. Genetically, the genetic counterpart, claws from a lion or a cat that killed somebody, scales from a snake that bit someone. All this, the mimetic is the human part of us. See, animals only think genetically, they don't think mimetically. Mimetics is the opposite of genetics, it's a form of life that is reproduced and passed down through time. Dragons have been passed down through time, and mimetics stories, we write them. These stories are just as alive as genetics are, and they develop over time and guide the human population. So, whenever I say that white people are albinos, ebony people are black, I'm speaking in terms of absolute truths. The state comes along and they put an overlay on the world and they lump everybody, you're white, you're black, ignoring brown. They created their own system and they said, Jay, you're white. Aaron, you're white. Rudy, you're Hispanic, or something like that. Uh,
Who's Aaron? Who's that?
Me.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like white, black, right? Now, you would agree with this. So they're mislabeling people on purpose to divide us. DMV. So the enemy is the state. Correct.
Yes, and I would say the federal government as well. The whole establishment, I would say, is the enemy.
Now, the establishment. Now, you want to label it as people. Now, think of that mimetically. Can you think of it mimetically instead of genetically? What's the
I don't even
idea
know
of
what you're
government?
alluding to.
What's the
The idea
psychology of
of
government?
government, it's a societal structure to keep everything in line. I would say so, but it's means and tools to control to prevent you from your own actual freedom.
And the mimetic is, it's like, I pass my white, like my beige skin down to my son, or I pass my eye color down, or my physical shape of my head or something, and I pass that down to my child. That's genetically. But mimetically, I might pass down a story, such as the Bible, like the story of Jesus, and why that's significant for sacrifice. Why sacrifice is the root of society. Why sacrifice is what drives society. Sacrifice is work. Does that make sense?
So you're of the belief that the Bible is just an allegory and Christ is more of an allegory than an actual event. Is that correct? Because that's something that Jordan Maxwell preaches. I'm very familiar with this.
Jordan Peterson.
No, I'm talking about Jordan Maxwell, different person.
So Jordan Peterson, yes, that's the way he describes it.
Okay,
Now,
yeah, I don't believe that. I would say they're literal events. Jesus was a real person. The
yeah, I
prophets
think
were
so
real
too,
people.
in my personal opinion. But those are opinions. We have no way of verifying that.
The Romans, they had documentation of this person that would fit the description of Christ. So
Yeah, but
I would say, as
we
a
don't know what he
man,
looks like. You can't sit here and say I know
nobody
what he
really
looks
knows
like.
what he looks like. No, I never
Exactly. That's why it's
claimed
an
that.
opinion. That's why it's opinion.
But the
So
figure, the person,
yeah,
he was there.
correct. That's the meme. The meme is there. The mimetic. The gene. You say the person might be there. Well, instead of trusting the
No, I didn't
gene,
say he might. He was there.
okay, genetically, you say he was physically there.
Yes, he was.
Mimetically,
They
what
have the
about mimetically the
Romans. They
story?
have documentation of a person that was the character of Christ. Yes,
And mimetically the
I don't know what
story.
that means.
Story. Like the story of Pinocchio is a meme.
Okay.
Game of Thrones is a meme. So story. So the story of Jesus. Which one is more important, the story
I
or
would
if
say
he was an
both
actual man.
because I believe in a Messiah figure,
Well,
so I
well,
would
no,
say
we just
both.
said that genetically we couldn't prove it. So how could that matter?
When did I say we couldn't prove it?
We don't have a video of him. We don't have a photo of him. We don't.
Yeah, but as a government, Rome kept track of the people that they executed on a day-to-day basis. That's why there was government and officers in every region they controlled. So I'm sure they had proof, as which they do. If you can probably look it up on yourself. I don't have the financial like documentation, but I've seen it
Yeah, but
before
how do
and
we
I've
know
heard
that's
people
true? How do we
referring
know
to it.
those people? How do we know those people are telling the truth?
Well, how do we know that people today are telling the truth?
Because we use memes.
We use what?
Memes, mimetic. We use mimetics.
Well, I
We
mean,
use
if a
memes.
government's keeping track of hundreds of lists of people that they execute on a day-to-day basis, I'm sure that's mimetic in its own self. They didn't, it's
No,
a
that I don't
government's
know what.
documentation.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that okay? So what's more important, the technology used to go to the moon, or
Well, see, I don't believe in space. That's
I'm
another
just saying,
concept.
but technology's real. The technology, like rockets, are real, regardless. Like they do go into the sky at least. So what's more important, the fact that we want to go up into the pillars of the sky? I mean, the technology or the fact that we want to ascend? Which one is more important? The ascension process, like we want to ascend to the sky, or the fact that we developed the technology that could hover in the air? Which one is more important? Is it the meme? Is it
Excuse
the
me.
mind? Is it the
I don't think that
meme?
really. It don't matter. It's irrelevant. The technology.
So you're saying the meme is what matters? The ascension.
I'm saying none of it matters. What is a helicopter compared to a rocket, as the descriptions you describe, compared to the oneness and the almighty power of the creator? Like how does that hold any kind of weight? You're dividing. See, this is your thing, MC Nemesis. You're dividing everything with titles such as independent. You love the titles, so like you cannot take anything that will not end up with two sides of the same coin. As you mentioned, the as above, so below. You're stuck with this kind of mentality where it's either good or bad, but like in reality, you can't come to the conclusion that it's all bad. Like there's evil
No,
and
it's
good
definitely
on
not
both of
all
these
bad.
sides.
It's the creation. The creation itself is good. What God created is good. Like this
That's
is
not even what
good.
I'm saying though. Like, but like
Life
you're
is
stuck
good.
with a two dual-sided argument. Like, even though you say you don't believe in it, you still keep going back to it, and then you say you believe in it. So as I mentioned earlier, like it seems like you don't really know what to believe in. You've studied a lot of
I
shit,
told
but
you
like
I'm a
you can't come
libertarian.
up to the
I
conclusion.
said libertarian
But earlier you
because
said
listen,
but that
look,
you say you're not a libertarian. You say you're an independent. Then you
that's
kept
because
siding with the
that's because
conservatives, and like last year you were
that's because
conservative.
58% of the population is Democrat. Okay, then you got 39% of the population that is Republican.
You're still in the societal matrix. You got to
Well,
pull yourself out of that.
what I'm saying is there's only a
You're trying to
3%
be
margin.
awakened, but
There's
you're still
only
awakened in the
3%.
structure.
You and we might think with holistic
You're still in the
intelligence with both
matrix.
sides. Look, no, listen. Yes, we are in the matrix, but I want to be a controller of the matrix. I don't want to be part of.
I want to
I want to be a
leave the
controller.
matrix. I want to experience my own self along with a conglomerate of other people who have the same mentality.
I
I
think
don't
you
want to
have to
be.
die though. I think you have to die to
No.
do that. So. Well, yeah, you're not going to escape. If you think that you're going to escape, I already explained to you why I have to give up the libertarian in the public because it does me no good in society. You and I might possess holistic intelligence, the ability to know the difference between the left side and the right brain, and to use both of them to create the libertarian. However, just because we're aware that we're libertarian does not mean that the rest of the population is. 58% of the population is left. 39% is right, and no matter what you
But
do,
if you're a Christian, you do believe
no matter
that there
what you
are going to
do,
be a
you are
lot of
not going to change
people
that.
that
You
are
are
going to
not
fall
going to
away.
change it. You're not going to change the fact that 58% of people think with the left side of their brain. You're not going to change the fact that 39% think with the right
I'm not
side.
trying to change anybody. I could care less about what they believe in. I want to
Then
see
how are
the
you supposed to
whole
interact with the
matrix
world?
destroyed.
That's
I'm not
psychology.
trying to interact with the world. I don't want to.
What you're describing is just anti-human. You're just anti-human.
Exactly. Going against human
Well, that's
nature.
very
Exactly. There we
cynical.
go.
That's very cynical and
Because human
unproductive.
nature is very immoral. It's very debauchery. Yeah, I'm
According
not
to
of
who?
the flesh. I'm of a
According to
higher.
who?
I'm of God. I'm not of the flesh. You see the thing that there's a difference.
But you're using relative morality. You're de facto satanic. You're part of the 58%.
Relative reality. Even if I was dead and in the spirit, that's just God's like. Well, I wouldn't say it's human, but it's like spiritual morality. Healing,
You
stuff
are
like that. That's
pilot.
you're trying to define it in some kind of aspect when it's just higher than that. I don't think you can grasp that.
I think you're describing religion.
I'm
You're describing some sort of religion.
I'm describing self and self worth, going
Right,
over
but
and not living in the flesh.
the mind is not the consciousness.
I don't even know what that means.
Okay, so you have a body, you have a mind, and then you have a consciousness that knows the difference between the two. Or do you not have that? I might have been wrong. You might not have. Do you know that you have a mind and a body? And do
A
you know
mind
that?
and a body.
Yes.
Like, is this some kind of like new age stuff that you keep trying to get me into?
No.
Or
Like you
it's
have a
just
mind and a body, and then you have a consciousness, a soul that knows the
it's
difference
like
between the two.
new age stuff.
Yeah, that's what it seems like, Rudy.
Not new age at all. It's the real truth. I mean, it's not even this is not an allegory. This is facts. You have a right side and left side of your brain, and then
Yeah, I'm aware of this. So you keep mentioning this. Yes, I'm aware of the left side and the right side of the brain, but I mean that doesn't change one's self. And some people are just like destined for damnation. That's just
right.
how it
Some people
is.
are hylics, right? 58% of the population thinks. What is that?
And so if you already know that it's like talking to a wall, why even try to congregate with them when you're going to get nowhere with them? And like prophecy wise, if we want to go back into that, like it was destined they were going to be like this
Right.
regardless.
Well,
And I'm not trying to play in politics to
if
try
I
to
go,
win one side
it's like I'm
over.
trying to speak their language. Like I'm speaking their language, like Republicanese, democracy. Like if I, depending on what area I'm in, I speak their language. Just like if you were in China, you would speak Chinese if you wanted to interact the most with people, or Japanese. I would try to speak their language, like "Yay, Trump," and then if I was around a bunch of Democrats, I'd be like, "Yeah, Kamala Harris is the best." You know what I mean?
See,
Then
yeah,
like
but
fuck.
you're trying to fit in. I'm not trying to fit in. I could care less about fitting in.
No, I'm not trying to fit in. I'm just saying that if you don't speak that way, if you run into a hylic, all they understand is the left side of the brain. They have an overactive left side of the brain. If you run
Yeah,
into
I
a
do that
psychic,
too at work, trying to fit in with coworkers. I try to navigate them in
well,
my
you
own
have
train of
to.
thought. Yes, I'm aware of that, but that's not new though. That's just what you have to do when you're a truther and stuff like that. You see what I'm getting at?
Okay, now I'm a libertarian. You're an independent. So I believe that politics, that we should have a limited government, 1% government. You're independent. You have thoughts and ideas. You have your own God, your own religion, um, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. I mean, Jill Stein does. There's a lot of independents that have ran over the years, but I'm telling you, the reason they don't win is because of human psychology, and they'll never win. So it doesn't matter if you're independent. If you're going to interact with the world, you better learn how to best interact with the Republicans and the Democrats. So, and because that's psychology. And you need to learn about the 16 personalities. And I'm trying to learn how to identify them out in public. Because you have to understand, these people are like robots. They're dead. The dark occult call them the dead. They don't have thoughts of their own, Jay, like us.
Yeah, so you throw them to the side. You don't spend hours on end trying to save something that's already dead to begin with.
That's not what Jesus said.
No, that's exactly what Jesus said.
He tried to save people.
No,
Well,
he
he
came
did
for a
save people.
small amount of people. Those who hear his word are his children. Those who don't, they don't.
Right. And I believe that. Like, that's true. So what are you trying to say about me? You're saying that I'm misled?
I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I've had multiple conversations with you, and it seems like you're very confused regarding stuff.
I'm not confused. I'm just like I said, I'm not confused at all. I'm a libertarian. That's what I am. I'm a libertarian mindset. My mind is libertarian. But, I mean, hey, that's just the way it is. I mean, I'm a libertarian. You're an independent. You know, politics is psychology. The predominant psychology will always exist and always conquer. It's unless you can change the mentality of human beings, unless you can educate them about libertarianism, then that's the only way that you could get them to balance their brains. Don't you want people to be healthy?
No. Well, people that I care about are people that would be open-minded, or people that are in the know, people such as myself and others, that I talk to and stuff.
Remember
So,
what Mark Passio
yes,
says: you can't do the great work unless you expand your care to care about everyone
I
you
really
love.
don't know what Mark Passio says, and I don't follow him to even know what he's talking about. So I don't even know what you're referring to. But I would have to disagree with it.
You can't. I don't know. Like, you say you disagree with psychology. It's not something that you disagree with. It
That
just is
don't really
what it
seem
is.
like psychology. It just seems like somebody's input on a kind of like idea they had, and then they're very charismatic in their talking, so they make it seem believable.
Yes.
But this
And
is
what
just
did we
all
say?
new age type of stuff.
And what did we say? Memetic. It was passed down from these stories passed down from generation to generation, preserved as its own life form, a knowledge to tap into. The truth is eternal. You see? And that's why the stories are eternal. Did you know that a piece of gold in the bottom of the ocean is eternal? It'll never age in a million billion years. A piece of gold. Did you know that? And did you know that the Anunnaki are portrayed to eating that gold?
Yeah, I don't believe in the Anunnaki. I just think it's all like different esoteric religions trying to interpret stuff that they've been passed down by. I believe in the
According
Watchers.
according to the
I would
Bible,
I would equivalate that to the Anunnaki. But as to Sumerian texts and all that, I just think it's just their own take on the Israelite God.
Israelite God.
Correct. The Judeo
Well,
God.
according to the Bible, the Anunnaki were the angels created by God to worship Him.
The
And,
Watchers. I don't like that term Anunnaki. I'm not a Sumerian.
yeah, I don't really like that
I'm
term.
not
Like,
an Assyrian.
it's a 4-syllable word, so you call them the Watchers. That's a better term for them because that's 2 syllables. So I like that. The Watchers. So the Watchers were on their own planet, Nibiru or whatever.
I don't believe in that either. I
Well,
don't
yeah, but
believe
well,
in
where do they
aliens and
exist
stuff.
then? Well, where do they exist then?
It's
How did they get here?
higher level dimensions. The So my belief is that the world is bound beyond imagination. That's just a
How
slogan.
are they
It's
interacting here?
Well, I mean, look, if we think about this, have you ever heard of the flatland experiment, where like 2D, two-dimensional beings can interact with one-dimensional beings, same as three-dimensional beings can interact with 2D,
Right,
and
but this
we
is
are
a
in the
three
fourth
dimensional.
dimension, so we can act with stuff way beyond that. So
No, wait, we're in the 3 dimension, not the 4.
okay, yeah, you're right. So
What I'm saying is the
hold
Anunnaki,
hold on,
right? Or the
hold on. Just
Watchers.
let me explain myself real quick. So, but yes, you're right on that. Yeah, I got that backwards a little bit. But yes, stuff that are higher level dimension, they can interact with stuff that's lower dimensions than their own. And same as if you keep going on, well, God resides somewhere along these higher dimensions. When do they stop? What is the highest? I really don't know, but there's definitely higher planes of reality. I think science has already proven that. So there's beings that can interact with our own reality, but we can't really see them, or if only they manifest themselves. And they're of a higher level of dimension. They're from a different, probably plane or realm of reality that we can't really grasp because we're only 3 dimensions.
Well, what
So
I'm saying
that's
is,
my kind of context. And they're probably somewhere, but can we define where they're from? Not really. I don't believe in like aliens and space and like planets and like, oh,
no,
there's
no,
advanced
not planets,
civilization.
dimensions. The dimensions. So in their dimension, they were the only things
But you
in their
said the
dimension.
planet Nibiru though. That's what I'm getting at. Like
Yeah, our planet's
you're
called
preaching
Earth.
like an advanced alien civilization coming to Earth.
Yeah,
I don't
basically
believe
that.
in
But
any of that. I
listen,
think we're
because
the core
I'm
of
just telling you what the
existence.
Bible says, though. This is what the Bible is saying, that the Watchers were in their own dimension
That's not
called
what the
Spirit.
Bible says at all. This is the book of Enoch, and I don't think there's any Nibiru in that. It says Wormwood,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
think
but I
that's
don't know
referring
if
to
it was
something
really
else.
called Nibiru. I'm just saying that's the only. Let's just call it like Eden, or if it was Eden, let's say Eden Earth. So that dimension was Eden, and then this dimension's Earth. In their dimension, they had their own planet. The angels were worshiping, and then it says that Lucifer wanted to be like God, and he was kicked out of Eden. So he came to this dimension, and then he tried to get back. Like the stargates that they found. He tried to go back, but he couldn't go back. So what he did was he tried to mine gold, and the gold that was mined, it wasn't enough to get him back or to do anything. He built the pyramids, in the sky, cities in the sky, and the technology here because they knew about it in Eden. But the Watchers took the genes of the Homo sapiens and they bred it with their own, and they created us, the Homo sapiens sapien. And in the Sumerian tablets, I know you don't like them, but the first, the Bible's based on it, and in the
I
Sumerian
would say it's vice versa.
Adamu. No, it's older. The Sumerian tablets are older, 2,800 years older. Yeah. Adamu was the first man that Enlil created, or something like that. Enlil being the Lucifer. And remember, 1/3 of the Watchers. Imagine if 1/3 of this planet said, "Oh, to hell with this God," and they left and they went to another dimension, and then they found out another race, and they made a slave species. That's why, like, if you look on the bottoms of our feet, it is an inferior design. It's a reptilian like design, like it's like it curves. So we're supposed to have flat feet like the monkeys, and that's how we can interact with the trees, how we avoid predators. And they came to our world and killed all of our dinosaurs, our apex predators. And then they took them and they made us as the human workers to mine gold for them. And that's what, and still to this day, there's a human obsession with gold.
And this is your belief system. This is what you believe in.
It's just the truth. We haven't,
But that's not my question though. But like, this is what you preach. This is your truth.
well, the truth, I call it. But yeah,
Okay. Well, I mean, regardless of what you want to label it, this is your belief system. So you're not really a Christian. You're more. This is New Age, basically.
no, Mark Passio says New Age is bullshit.
It's regardless of what you want to refer to it as. There's
You,
New
you,
Age
you need to
teachings that
refer to me as
are this kind of
I'm a
stuff.
student. I'm a student of Mark Passio, whatever that means. A student of esoteric knowledge.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard all this before, MC Nemesis. I'm aware of the majority of this,
And if you use critical thinking, you can come to the same
but
conclusion.
I really wouldn't call that critical thinking. I just think it's It's Middle Eastern beliefs, and a lot of them were very similar to each other. A lot of them had similar aspects. But I mean, like a lot of that, if you want to go back into like the Saturn symbology, I think that's very, very relevant in most of those. But like I'm aware of all of this. Like it's not nothing new. You see what I'm getting at? But I don't
Yeah, there's
believe in it
nothing
though.
new
That's
under
that
the
I don't
sun.
consider that truth.
Like I said, all this just human psychology. These are memetics passed down through generations. It's just human psychology. The truth is eternal, like gold. So gold is an eternal substance.
But they define the truth then, because my truth is very different from yours.
No, there is truth, and then there is opinions, like theories and opinions. But there is the truth, and it is knowable.
Well, I mean, these are
Okay.
just theories you're presenting, though,
No,
as well.
gold is eternal. It never ages.
I'm not talking about gold. You just ran through a whole summary.
So
Like
you're going to
that would
ignore.
be, an opinion.
So you can't ignore human psychology. Human psychology, we have an
That's not
obsession.
really psychology. You ran through a religious summary. You gave me
I don't
a sermon,
understand. I don't
basically.
understand why you know and you accept genetics, but you're denying memetics.
I don't accept any genetics. I don't believe in Homo sapien. I don't believe in splicing
So
of
you don't
DNA and
believe that
stuff like that.
like men and women can have children, genetics
That's
passed.
not that's not what I'm referring to. You're mentioning these Watchers, Anunnaki came,
That's
and then they
memetic.
genetically breeded or spliced DNA with Homo sapiens and probably themselves. I don't
I'm
believe in
saying I
that.
don't believe it. That's the story, and I'm saying the stories, like the story of Pinocchio. Was there actually a
You didn't even say,
Pinocchio?
but you didn't say that though.
But is there actually a Pinocchio and an actual whale? Well, I
Probably
don't know.
not. No,
What does the story mean? Well,
I
there was a
don't really
whale.
know the story too well, so I don't even know about no
The
wells
like
or anything.
stories that we tell our children, the stories that we tell ourselves. The meme, the meme is
Okay.
memes is what got Donald Trump elected. People started making memes. A meme is an ideology. A meme is like Pepe the Frog, like the Frog Man. Like that's a meme. Your profile picture right there is a meme. A meme is an idea that's passed down generations to generations. So stories. There's a reason that we had to keep copying because before we couldn't just print it. There's a reason men took the time to copy the Bible. There's a reason men took the time to copy Pinocchio. And the reason for that is these stories that we preserve throughout history, we must keep the meme because it is important to society. And I'm fascinated to know why that is. Now, like Richard Dawkins types people, they don't like it. He even said in the interview to Jordan, he said, I'm not interested in dragons. I'm interested in what is real. And I'm like, the dragon is real. It's a meme and it's real. And it's what we base our lives on. Donald Trump just became our president because of the meme.
I wouldn't agree with that. I think he was deliberately put there. They've been trying to make him seem like a martyr, kind of like figure that everybody would love the last couple years. So I think that was deliberately done by the shadow
You're
government
agreeing with
higher
me. You're
people.
saying that the martyrdom, that's a meme. Martyrdom is a meme. That's an idea.
Okay, but like they've instituted him. I don't think the election votes really counted, but you just said that they did. So I'm just providing an idea that you probably don't know
Yes,
about.
yes, it was a real election. Yes. Okay,
No,
like I
I don't
said,
believe that.
but it is. What I mean is
No,
the votes are
I
real.
vote.
The
No,
vote tally's real. I'm saying that they were going to put Trump
no,
in office regardless. Yes.
exactly,
But
and they
the
did
votes, I'm
because the
telling you,
votes didn't matter.
the electoral college is fake. The popular vote is very real because there's demographics, there's breakdowns. The popular vote is
Again, that's
100%
just
real.
semantics. I'm sure people voting. I'm sure they love this guy. They made everybody love him. They made him out
Whenever
to
you
be
cast
loved.
your ballot, that's one for Trump. That's real. The popular vote's real. 75 million people really voted for Trump.
Yeah, I'm
Why?
aware of that, but I'm
Okay,
just
because the
saying that it's not
RNC.
real in a larger kind of context without all the individual semantics in the middle of it. It's not real at all.
It is real because that's human psychology. We exist in the aggregate. How can you say so your family's not real? Because okay, what if your wife?
I'm not even talking about people. I'm talking about the
Imagine your wife
concept
believes
of
that.
the
What
votes
if
actually
you caught
counting.
your wife worshiping pumpkins one night and you said and she says I believe in the pumpkin god. That's not going to affect your life.
But I'm not married, so I mean that really don't
I'm just
cross
saying
my mind. But
your wife believes in a
no,
pumpkin god, and that doesn't affect the marriage.
it probably
And so
would.
she's going to tell your kids, watch out for the pumpkin patch. The pumpkin god will kill you
But
and pick you in his
you're going
patch.
off on another tangent. This holds no like topic wise to the previous conversation that we just had. I was talking about how the votes don't really count, and you start going into the individualities surrounding how the votes are counted and like the process of it. I'm not saying that millions and billions of people don't like Trump. I'm aware of how they've made him look the last couple of years, and what they probably have voted for him. But I'm
They told
saying
a
the
story.
votes don't matter.
Yes, I know that. The Electoral College is the real vote. We don't decide the
That's
Electoral
not even
College.
the real vote. There's people above the electoral college, bankers, rich people, Luciferians that
Yeah, that's
control
the
everything.
that's the real Electoral College. Like those are the ones that control the real electoral. I'm talking about you're right. Like the Electoral College is real. Like okay, the actual vote, like the actual institution, like the ones that place Donald Trump in the office, all it is a poll. It's a vote. It's like if you polled your company, if you had 100 employees and you said, "Do you like red or do you like blue the best? Which one should we decorate for the 4th of July more, red or blue?" Like the colors of the July 4th logo. And you say, okay, 52% vote red this year. That's what happened. Say 52% vote red. Okay, we go with red this year. Every 4 years they vote for red or blue, or every year they vote red or blue. But the company, okay, but then if the company's like, we know you voted for blue, but we're going to go ahead and go with red. And they're like, okay, and the people just go along with it. But the popular vote, they do take a consensus. It's a consensus. It really is. It is a
Yeah, I would say
real
they don't
popular
matter at
vote.
all.
No, it doesn't matter. The popular vote never mattered. But Donald Trump really did. 75 million people agree with him. That really matters.
Yes, I'm not saying that's not happening, but I'm saying that doesn't matter because he was made to be perceived like that. The fake assassinations and the fake fucking court cases, all that was just made deliberately to play in the emotions of people to be make him seem liked.
But here's the thing about that. That man was actually brainwashed and coerced to actually get a gun. Like he was a real person that climbed up on the roof and got killed. So despite it being a setup,
That's
that
up for
man
debate.
really got killed. They really shot him and killed him. And whenever school shootings happen, those kids actually die. So I understand that you think it's made up, and it's not made up. It's called magic. It's called occult dark magic. The dark occult that Mark Passio talks about. Magic is an illusion. Yes, Donald Trump actually got shot at. And you know what happened? He was supposed to die. The Simpsons predicted it. Kamala Harris was wearing the exact same outfit that Lisa Simpson was wearing.
Well, no, you
The
can't really define that because in that same clip, The Simpsons also showed Trump running for 2024. So that
Well,
could
there you
be up
go.
for debate as well. But see, it's all scripted because even with that same narrative and that argument I just presented, you say he was meant to die. No, no, he was made to look like it, but that wasn't the narrative because he wasn't meant to die.
Well, regardless, they're telling. Do you understand that the leaders are telling a story. And they're not even leaders. They're the people in the city in the sky with superior technology, like Elon Musk. He's the richest man in the world. They control the world physically, and they are telling us a story. Do you understand that? Yes, they live in the sky. And the people in, did you know that there's underground cities, and there's underground cities with Starbucks and everything? The celebrities talk about it. That they don't drive on the surface, they drive under the cities. And then there's cities in the sky because people see the patterns of it sometimes. And the massive amount of rocket technology, those rockets actually go to the sky. They go to the cities in the sky. That's where they go. Where else would they go? Where else
In
would the
the ocean.
satellites go? See, that's what I'm trying to say. There's cities in the sky, and that they're transporting resources to them.
No,
That's
I
what,
wouldn't say that.
and there's also underground city.
I'm aware of the underground cities, but I don't know about no cities in the sky. I think all those rockets,
No, the
they propel in
pyramids.
the sky to make it
Yeah.
look like they have an orbit, but they get released into the ocean.
Well, no. There's the pyramids have an electromagnetic field. It's floating in the sky with electromagnetism.
That's a little far fetched.
Definitely not. How big a pyramid is? How big that electromagnetic field?
Well,
I'm telling you.
what pyramids are we talking about? There's pyramids and ziggurats all around the world. I did a
I am
video on
telling
it
you that there is
showcasing from
like that
Mesopotamia
is a
to
fact.
Egypt to South America. Like
It has
there's even
been
pyramids
measured.
underground. What
It has been
pyramids are we
measured
talking
that
about?
there are electromagnetic fields above the pyramids.
Yeah, but I'm aware of that. But how does that go with cities and them transporting goods into the sky?
Because
That's a little far fetched.
no, definitely not. Then why do
But
people
what
see
pyramids though?
UFOs all
Like
the time?
you mentioned pyramids, but there's pyramids all around the world. Can you define at least like what you're referring to by pyramids? Because when I think of pyramids, I think of Giza. But then there's also some in Asia. There's some they found underwater. There's South American pyramids. Hell, there's a pyramid down the street from where I live. So, like, can you define pyramids? You got new pyramids,
Well,
ancient
there are these
pyramids.
monolithic structures, with electromagnetic fields floating above them.
There's a pyramid on the Mississippi River that's like a pro-bait sporting shop. Like, you
No,
got
it
to
has to.
define the
No,
pyramids.
what the size of it is?
No, like
It has to
what
be a big enough
location? Where are they at?
It has to be yes, and the reason there's one all over the world, like different ones, is simply because the rulers of this they live in the sky.
I don't know about that.
You think
That's
that
a little.
do you think the real rulers of humanity, with all the technology in the world, Elon Musk is the richest man on the surface? How much more money do those other people have up there? And I'm just saying, what's all the rockets for? You can't pierce the firmament. Do you know what the
Yeah,
sky is?
it's a fucking tool to control. They're trying to make the gravitational like pole and like the heliocentric model seem believable. So they shoot rockets that curve into the atmosphere, but they go based off of like one's eye perspective, where it looks like it's curving, but it's going straight up and then it's going down into the ocean. They're not transporting goods into the sky.
We live in a dimension, not a universe. Okay, so
I'm
as
aware of
above,
this, but you're talking about cities in the
as
sky.
above, so below. So what I mean by that is as above, so below. The space that we see at the night is a reflection of the ocean. The space is actually the ocean reflected, because the ocean is endless, and they say space is endless. So those stars that you see at night are bioluminescence from in the ocean. You are in a dimension, you are an electromagnetic being. You are.
I'm aware of all this though, but you're not really defining what you're talking about. You're just like regurgitating info that I've heard before. This is
Yeah.
nothing new.
Yeah, you're not giving me anything I haven't heard either.
Okay, well then we're in a circle then. You got to define what you're talking about. Like you mentioned pyramids. Well, which pyramids? Where are they located? And like where are these cities in the sky? And like how are they transporting goods? Like, this all has to be defined. You see what I'm
Okay, like
saying?
the pyramids of Giza.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, so above the pyramid of Giza is a huge the whole pyramid itself is nothing but a magnetical field.
There's like 3 pyramids though there. Which one? Do you know which one?
Probably
Or
all
all
three
of
of
them?
them. I would say all three of them. Because why else would they be built there?
It's a good question. Why were there pyramids built in South America in the Amazon forest? Why were there pyramids in the ocean? Why are there
It,
pyramids in Asia?
it appears to me that these pyramids were placed there by more sophisticated life beings, and they were put there, and there's a sky city there to watch over the people all over the world, and that's why they say the all-seeing eye is a story that's permutated throughout history, and the dragon, breathing fire, rockets like fire from the sky. They killed the apex predators using this technology, the meteor showers, because they didn't want to fight. Oh, and we're not even talking about the residue of the giants. They're still 8 foot tall people today, and how the watchers were supposed to be like these 12-foot tall humans. And we see, and then in the Bible, it says that they bred with humans, and we see residue like 8, 9 foot tall humans still today. So I'm under the assumptions that the truth is the truth. And they are electromagnetic fields. Electromagnetic fields are used to hold things up. So it's like a reverse pyramid. It's like if you take a pyramid and flip it over on its head and then it levitates. And they built a city on top of it. A city in the sky, paradise. Do you know what the word paradise means? Walled garden. Look it up, people. They built them a paradise up. They're living in paradise using all of our resources down here. We're on the surface level. And the ones that are here, the multimillionaires, the celebrities, they are underground. They have their whole underground systems. They don't pay for anything. They just drive up to the Starbucks to get some coffee, and then this a super fast tunnel speedway system. They're not like us. We live on the surface. We are nothing more than an ant farm to them. Basically, they watch us. The Watchers.
Yeah,
That's
I
exactly
can't
where
get
the
in
word
all
came
that.
from. No, but it's just the pure facts. Like there's nothing to there's no faith required.
Well, yeah, this is a religious teaching. This is it definitely requires faith.
You deny that the pyramids exist
No, but you're mentioning watchers, you're mentioning sky cities and stuff that is like created like higher level beings, so that would institute some kind of forms of gods. This is a religious teaching.
Are you denying? So you're denying that there is underground cities in
No,
tunnels,
there's definitely underground cities. That's was made by man.
as above, so below. So man may,
Yeah, I don't believe in as above, so below. Like I'm aware of the concept and
Okay.
the people that teach it, but I believe God is unity, oneness. So I don't think it would correlate as two direct things. I'm not a Trinitarian. I don't believe in a pantheon.
It's not a matter of belief. It's that as a
God does
tree,
everything.
as the tree ascend, and then the roots descend. It's not it's observable facts. As above, so below.
It's just religious people trying to define something as good and bad, left and right, as you did earlier with politics, left brain, right brain, left-handed path,
Did you
right-handed
know that
path.
the
I'm
human
aware of all
placenta?
these concepts, but I
Did you know
believe
that
in God. I don't believe in.
the human placenta is in the same shape as tree branches?
Okay, and
Yes. So as within, so without.
that's just that's just semantics. That's like saying like black people look like monkeys. That's not really something to really like relegate to. It's just
White people look
it's
like monkeys too. We are apes.
no, but I'm just saying, like, that's something that people say. As you just said, the placenta looks like a tree. Like that, it's just, it's. I don't know. It's like it's
If you're looking for
nonsense.
a
You know what I'm saying?
meaning, if you're looking for a meaning and a purpose, you're not going to find it in your intellect. You need to actually do something to help
Yeah,
humanity.
but MC Nemesis, I've heard all this before. Like I've watched videos. I know exactly what you're talking about. Well,
What are we going to
majority of
do
it.
to help?
I don't know
You're
about
put
the
here to
Sky
learn.
Cities.
You're put here to learn, and you're put here because you're not going to go to the next world if you're not a good person.
I don't believe in that at all. No.
Well, you're going to stay here then. You're going to be reincarnated here.
Yeah, that's in the Bible, reincarnation, but that's more of not as like punishment.
Okay,
That's just
okay.
that's how God has it structured. People are
No,
reincarnated over until the very
no,
last
because there's
days.
the silver cord. Because as you if as you grow in spirituality, see this world is a womb. You know, with its biological matter. That's what the ground is. It's just decayed matter. So it's a biological womb. And so as you grow in the spirit, okay, so the reason that we sleep at night is to connect with that other higher level self, the intuition, because we we don't dream to sleep. We sleep to dream. No, yes, we sleep to dream. We are required to dream
I
because
don't
the
believe that.
dreaming. Yes, because it's just a verifiable fact. We are required to dream because this recovers our mind, electromagnetism.
We
A battery
scientists can't even
recharging.
understand like how we dream. It's just
No, it's
it's part of the
neuroscience.
brain.
It's neuroscience actually now. So the what
Nobody
I'm
really
saying is
knows.
it's a rendering process. When you sleep at night, the reason you dream is because you are in a like a battery charging like a computer. A computer is just we are computers. We are. There's no such thing as cyborgs. We are the AI. The Satan system is the definition of the AI, artificial intelligence, relying on the intellect, like Lucifer did. The AI, the artificial intelligence. Jordan Peterson says that the Daily Wire is about to release a large language model that proves the existence of the Bible through language. So there you go. I'm telling you, like, as a within, so without. And I'm not even being like, as within, we as people, as without the computers. We are computers. And people are programmable. If you take it from the ages of 0 to 6, we're in download mode, downloading the data profile. And if you take that child and indoctrinate them into the religion, 99% of the time, that religion's going to stick. Show me the boy and I'll give you the man. That's because from the ages of 0 to 6, you're in a hypnagogic trance. And 99% of the subconscious is programmed this way. That's why Muslims are Muslim, over there in a certain part of the world and blah, blah, blah. Because the parents programmed that way. They're in a trance. We are the AI. We are the computers. They're not coming. They're here. You are it. Jay, me, I'm a computer. Once you start using a computer, you're a machine. This phone. So, knowing this, the AI is the Satan system. I don't know how many truth bombs that the guys can stand. Like Jay's like mentally breaking down already.
Not mentally break it down. You're not telling me nothing new though. I've listened to these same arguments for over the years. I don't believe any of this though. I don't believe in the left and right. I just
It's not a matter of
it's
belief.
concepts.
You think reality cares if you believe it. You think the sky cares that you think it's
Bro,
blue.
it's vocabulary I'm using to describe stuff. It's not necessarily believe like this is reality. It's humans trying to come up with ideas to describe stuff in between that they don't really know or can't really grasp mentally. See what I'm
No,
saying?
you
I
no
don't
no. I
believe in
agree with you
left and
most of the
right.
percent.
Isaiah 45:7. I, the Lord, create peace. I create evil. I, the Lord, do all things. Is it not the Lord who send the evil spirits into the city? That's Amos, but I forgot the exact verse. Like, I don't believe in good and bad. I don't believe in God and devil. I'm not a Zoroastrian. I'm a oneness. I don't believe in Trinity. I don't
You
follow a pantheon. I
so
don't believe in New Age that divides
yeah,
things
but
left
morality
and
is
right. I don't
objective.
believe in the Matrix that quotes everything to the left
So
and the
you
right. I
don't
don't
believe
believe
in
in the
any
left path.
morality.
I don't believe in the right path. I believe in spiritual morals, and you could probably throw that into human morals. That's just murder's bad, rape is bad, slavery is bad. Like we understand that from as a living spiritual context. We don't need any kind of like new age Anunnaki or like
That's the truth.
higher
Yeah.
level beings to tell me that this is bad. I already know that, and it's already written. God like stated like this kind of stuff is bad, and there's a context to everything, and we got to define that very well. But I don't believe in left and right. I don't believe in labels. I don't believe in terms. I believe in oneness, and that is God. And like, there's so many scriptures. I'm not a Zoroastrian. It's like where Christians come up with the good and the bad devil. Now they got two gods. That now you got politics excluding into the left and the right. You have spirituality, good and black magic, left and right hand, left-handed path, right-handed path. Like I could keep going on. People have been doing this for centuries. I don't believe in any of that. I think that's all just fleshly material trying to describe something that they can't really grasp that has higher level intellect than them. And that higher level intellect isn't angels or watchers, because even above them, there's stuff higher than them, and that is God. I don't follow any of this stuff. I just think it's nonsense.
What is your primary mode of what's the lens that you see the world through then? You say you just see things through the five senses.
Five. Describe five senses. What is this terminology?
Sight, your organs,
Oh
eyes,
no, sight, hearing, feeling, spiritual take,
no
God, like a
touch,
lot of this.
taste, no touch,
Yeah, but
taste.
no, I don't know what you're referring to, but I think I get what you're saying. I've
Your
heard this
sensory,
before,
you
but
don't know
like
what
I can't.
sensory perception is?
Yes, I'm aware of this. Yes, but what does this have to do with anything? Like I
That's
no,
your
I
is that
I
your
no,
primary mode?
basically no. That's not my primary mode. I know what you're talking about, but no, I believe in like six, like higher level intellect, spiritual intellect that comes from believing in God, not watchers or
Well,
Anunnaki
okay,
or
I'm having a
New
hard time
Age
understanding
beliefs.
you. Can you define God for me? Because I'm having a hard time
God, the
understanding.
biblical God,
So Lucifer.
the God of the Jews, the Israelites. No, I don't believe that the Old Testament God is evil or
Yeah,
Lucifer.
Lucifer. That's Lucifer. Yes, that's
No,
the Luciferian influence.
that's preterism. That's
No, that's
Gnosticism. This is
the Judaism is predicated on Luciferianism, which is Zionism, which is what the Republican Party
it's
is,
not.
which is the overactive
No,
right
man.
side of the
No,
brain.
Zionism is the idea that they have taken where they are the superior race and they're allowed to do all this stuff. So
That's the overactive part of
they've
it.
wrote multiple texts that
Yeah, that's
allude
the
to this.
overactive
The
part of it.
Talmud, the Zohar. Like if you got to look in the majority of it.
Yeah,
But
that's the
I
extreme.
believe in Christ. I believe in the
You know,
oneness
like
of
when you put
God.
a little bit of black pepper
The
on
Jews
something.
matter, but
Well,
not where they're
you know how
permitted to
like
do abominable acts.
well, you know how you put a little black pepper on your potatoes, it's pretty good, but then if you accidentally dump a lot of it, it's bad. So yeah, so like what I'm trying to explain to you is that yeah, a little bit of the right brain activity is perfectly fine, but the God of the Bible is extremely right brain, like judgmental, just I mean, just ultimate, just okay. So
Okay, so that this is where we would differ on theology. I don't believe in that. I'm not a Gnostic. I'm not a Zoroastrian. I don't believe in any of this. I follow the Old Testament God. I think that is Christ's Father.
yeah, that's Judaism. There's a branch of
That would
Judaism
be
that
Judeo. That's
yes,
Christianity.
Judeo-Christian values. That's Zionism.
That's not Zionism. No.
Well, Zion is described as Israel in the Bible. That's what we're saying. Israel.
Okay,
I'm
but
talking about the actual real
Zionism
state of
is
Israel.
the
I'm talking about the real state
Zionism
of
is a
Israel.
political system based off of
No,
superiority
it's not. It's
complex. Yes, it
Israel,
is.
dude. Like it's a real government. Israel.
Zionism is Jewish supremacy.
Yes, yes, but that is in Israel right now. Like that's real. The state of Israel is real. They have a military. So that is the overactive. That's Zionism. See, that's the Republican Party. It's overactive right side of the brain.
Not everybody in the Republican Party supports Israel. That's more like you're going back into individual. The majority of the cabinet probably would. Trump definitely does. But
Yeah.
even Joe Biden is a Zionist. You cannot. He even called himself that before, so you can't really say that is just one
Right.
take. All of American politics side with Israel. That's their greatest ally. The whole
Right. They're all
establishment is never not going to do that
because
because
it's
the majority of
psychology.
the money in the Federal Reserve is owned by them.
All right. Okay, there's just different factions. Okay, you have the female Illuminati, which is black women, no, it's black women, uh, Jewish females, Jewish women, and pride people. Uh, Trump got 91% of the black women vote, 88% of the Jewish women, and 86% of the pride people vote. So what I'm trying to say is that is called the female Illuminati. Remember, the aggregate is also separated into overactive feminine and overactive masculine. So you have to distinguish that too. So the overactive feminine is called the female Illuminati with 58 million active members that voted for Kamala Harris. So the regular Illuminati, which is like the Freemasons and stuff, is like Jesse Lee Peterson.
What about your dad, your father-in-law? Wasn't he a Mason? You've defended that a
Yes,
couple times.
the
So now,
Illuminati.
now you're against them. Is that the take? Because like
It's not.
last year, you were like threatening everybody.
It's not about being against or not. It's about you're going to reincarnate, Jay, until you learn this. And if you don't fucking learn it, you're going to be here in eternity. You understand me?
Well, no, because everything has an end. So my take on
Yeah.
reincarnation,
I
that's
mean,
just
yeah. God
that's
is
just
not
how
going
the
to reborn you
universe
forever. I
works.
mean, you will burn in flames if you're stuck in this
I
one.
don't believe in hell.
What I'm saying is this: regardless if it's a meme or not, but uh, my father-in-law, yeah, my wife's dad is my father-in-law. But anyways, he was, yes, a Freemason. So this is the male Illuminati, which is men, black men, Jewish men, straight white men, Protestants. This is the Illuminati, which is
No,
the
that's not.
Republican Party. Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. The Illuminati were based off of Masons, but that's a whole different organization. Like
But they all work together. They
there's
all work
different
together.
types of free. Yeah, a majority do, but there's different types of secret societies. You can't lump them all together.
There's the
You can,
patriarchy.
but they operate individually. You can't
Yeah,
say
but there's also
Bohemian
the
Grove
patriarchy
is
and the matriarchy.
Freemasonry.
There's the patriarchy and the matriarchy.
I don't believe
But
in that.
no, it's
That's
true.
just that's left and the right again. It's all one. They're all the enemy.
What do you mean the enemy?
You're mentioning Illuminati, female and male. This is the enemy. These are the people who are these. This is the bad guys. You want to go into individual groups,
It's not
Bohemian
about changing
Grove,
the aggregate.
Masonry.
It's not about changing the aggregate. You can't do that alone. It's about changing yourself to escape from this realm. The silver cord cannot be activated until you're spiritually ready, until you learn what you need to know, until you stop hurting people, until you align with reality. Then you can go to, the Bible says, paradise, the walled garden, which is in the other dimension, which is where Jesus is. No government.
Truth is the troll, or truth is a troll. Hell is a concept. Hell is this physical earth. It's a thought process. It's a form of existence. There's people on earth that are going through hell now, and there's people that are living on earth that are in heaven.
In
It,
reincarnations.
I don't know about that.
Yes, you are going to be, if you don't learn, that's why people have birthmarks. That's why children are born prodigies, being able
But
to
see,
claim the piano.
there's no getting out of the freaking process of reincarnation right now. It's a process regardless based off of not bad acts or anything. That may play a factor in it, but there's no escaping it right now to a higher level realm.
Yes,
If I die
because
right now, I'll be reincarnated regardless if I was
no,
good or
because
bad.
no,
If I
because
was bad, I may be like born blind or something. But like, say, if Truth in the chat is reincarnated, if he was Hitler or if he was like
what you
Gandhi,
do has
he's gonna
eternal
be the same
consequence.
person regardless of his acts until the
What
final
I'm
day.
saying is you're in your womb, in the mother's womb, and as you grow, you look for a way out, so you exit the womb, and as within, as without. So the same thing applies to us. We are in a womb, a literal, a biological matter womb, and we are looking for a way out. Now, we're not going to have a way out if you don't. It's like if the baby doesn't align with reality. If something goes wrong, the baby does not get out, and it stays in the womb until it's ripped out. So,
Again, man, these are just semantics, though. Like, it's a what if scenario. Like, this has nothing to do with reincarnation. This is just birth, a birthing process.
yes. So your soul, your consciousness must find a way out of this dimension. And if you
If
fail
you
to
die
do
as the
that,
baby, you'll just come back again.
it no, not if
Yes.
no, not if the silver cord. If you have the silver cord.
Again, man, these are just new age teachings. This whole notes kind of like substantial kind of like understanding of like reality. This is just like stuff people came up with and they made it sound believable. It's just like it's nonsense teaching. It's like none of this holds any kind of like value. None of this is God.
I think it holds value, and I think it is.
That's fine. Like this is a free country. People can have, their own beliefs. But like I don't believe any of this. Like we're trying to come to a equal standpoint on a conversation, but you're presenting stuff that's not in my belief system, my faith, my reality, and what I know as truth. I just think all the new age stuff that people come up with, they look so much into stuff when the truth is right in front of them, or they come up with like alternative ideas like Kundalini spirit, and then trying to put that into like a kind of Judeo aspect, or like the cord you mentioned with birth, and you're telling me reincarnation is an escape or it's a prison construct until you actually escape. Like how do we know what like when we do escape? Like nobody knows. Like that, but the concept of reincarnation is if I die right now from a heart attack or diabetes, I'm gonna come
Uh,
back regardless. I'm
so
not gonna
how you
escape
know?
if I had a higher
I'll
level
tell you how
intellect
you
because
know.
that's what the Bible says.
Okay, how you know is this, Jay. I just picked you up for that. So how you know is this: the Republicans are not aware that they're overactive right. Once they become aware of that, they will step up to holistic intelligence. Once they step up to holistic intelligence, then they could abide by the non aggression principle. And then the silver cord will be severed, and you will be in paradise.